Indian history or in the period of Guptas. It is nothing but Gupta's culture. Let us look at the architecture in it. Gupta's architecture was the earliest architecture as it is written by the Megasthanes. He mentions that Chandragupta Maurya's palace was very large and very huge, but it was made of wood, that is carved and gilded. The earliest stone buildings which have survived very rare, and they are also said to be modeled with that of the wood buildings that were called in the ancient period. Basing on this, we must assume that the architecture that is present in the Mauryan period or beyond that is very primitive, and the buildings show clearly that primitiveness, but there is no the stone buildings as huge as that of found in the history. The Mauryan monolithic columns prove that the craftsmen know very well with the stonework. The great cities of the Mauryans are built only with the wood, but rarely with stone, because there is a lot of wood availability in the forest. That is why they built these palaces with wood, but they have not built these palaces with stone because of the huge availability of the wood in these forests. But now what happens? The rivers, there is no wood at all, but we are building all the buildings with a stone and cement. There is no cultural advancement of the building in the Mauryan period. The medium of stone was used when they have contacts with the foreigners, and also with the gradual decline of these forests, we have seen the machinery of these people, of these art people, has tried to build the buildings with stone. And the wonderful Mauryan columns, in the time, they appear as sculpture, but not as architectural one, and it cannot be classified as an architecture. The columns are very primitive. The fragments of the similar columns appear in Patna with a huge building that was built by Ashoka with a great roof on that building. But so far, columns of the building appear, but with that small amount of appearance, we could not able to trace the actual and original plan of that palace. We have seen the great palace of the Chandragupta Maurya. As for Megasthanes, it was huge and large and built only with wood, and here it was built with the stone. But what happened in Ashoka period? It was completely ruined, and we cannot trace the plan of that building. At this time, the stone building must still have been quite rare. It is not advanced as in the Middle Ages. The stone masonry that has come from, most of it is come from the quarry of the atCHUNARm, which is not quite far away from the Varanasi, which bear the same stamp of the building of the art of the school. The work of the craftsmen, which had learnt from the Persians, but not from the Greek, they have utilized that knowledge to make those sculpture into a distinguished Indian characteristic. The workshops are probably built and made available to these craftsmen by the kings. As the kingdom vanished, these workshops and also the characteristic building of the stone buildings are also vanished.